welcome to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, "Are y'all gaming?" We're here live today. Had to take a week off, maybe two. I don't remember. I was on vacation. No, I was on vacation 2 weeks ago, and last week you were at PAX, which we'll talk about in a second. But now we're here and we're talking about gaming, and I've been able to game a little bit this time because I haven't been able
Ooh.
to as much lately. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff. We'll start by saying hello, TK. How are you doing today?
I'm excited to hear about the fact that you've been gaming. You don't
Mm.
never get the game. That shit
Uh,
is
really just one game I've been putting all my
oh
time in, which we'll talk about in a second.
okay. Other than that, life's been good. I'm moving. I know it doesn't look like it because like literally everything in my office is up, but I actually can't move my office until next week because I have to do online commentary for Brawlhalla this weekend. So
Ah,
if you go to the rest of my house, most of it is packed up, but the office is not. And then I'm just gonna have to like do a one stop shop move on the office after. Although it'll be much smaller this time because I'm moving and I don't have like a full room for it now. I'm moving to a one bedroom apartment with like a big empty space that has space for my computer and stuff. So I probably won't have this art wall, but I still have a pretty decent background because it'll be like my living room whenever I don't have my green screens up. Uh,
sure.
moving sucks. And I don't even have that much stuff. So like,
It's exhausting. Yeah.
yeah, it is not fun, bro. Yeah, but you know, once it's over, I'm sure it's whatever. Other than that, I mean, you know, same old. I've been commentating. Haven't been able to stream as much, which has definitely affected my numbers. But you know, I knew that was gonna happen. Like you can only do so much in one day.
I feel like the fun part of moving is when you're actually there. Like packing up is awful, but like putting stuff in the right place and setting stuff up, that's kind of cool, right? Like in your new space. Um, but
Yeah,
that's the light at the end of the tunnel. It takes a while to get there.
yeah. I mean, that's definitely. I'd say that's probably my favorite part right now is that like I slow moved like half the stuff, so like I was just kind of moving over the last 2 3 weeks because we had that place for like the whole month. So I was like, all right, every day I'll pack some stuff and then I'll rearrange it in the house that I want. So my kitchen and bathroom
Sure.
like already set up. Uh, yeah, works for me.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's just like yeah, it's nice, and so now I'm just kind of like go ahead and keep it keep doing that until now. I have to bring the big stuff over. So I'm getting a truck tomorrow,
Sure.
and I'm taking my couch and my bed and uh. Well, actually, that's pretty much the two biggest things. Yeah, couch, bed, and entertainment system, and the stuff all in my room.
Right.
And then boom, drop all that stuff off, set it up like low key, not like plugging everything in, but have an idea. And then boom, yeah, we're good. We're back in. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, outside of that, yes, as I said, same old. Just been gonna be pretty busy this summer. It's the summer of it's usually called the summer of Smash, but it's really just the summer of fighting games in general now. There's like
Yeah.
always something going on.
Smash is pretty quiet too. I mean, we had Kagaribi and then Kowloon and some other stuff, and obviously Supernova's coming up. I think registration opened today, so there's a couple things happening. But yeah, we're talking about some other games today. I'll just open with a game I've been playing, which is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I don't know if you've heard anything about this. Um, Probably because I feel like everybody's talking about it.
I've heard about it. I've even
Yeah,
watched some gameplay of it. It looks cool. Definitely looks cool.
yeah, it's good. I don't know how to feel about it because it's like how do I put this? Like it's a very solid 8 out of 10 for me, but I can tell that it's like probably better than that for most people. Like you're supposed to really buy into the story and the world and the characters and like the vibe of it, right? And I play it
Hmm.
and I'm just it's not quite that for me. Like I get it and I appreciate it, but it's like it's a little plodding, it's a little slow. Um, uh, and I know these are me things. It's just JRPG turn-based stuff, but the rest of the game is so good, like the combat system and the enemies, and it feels almost like a And I don't know if modern RPGs are like this, but it feels almost like a Devil May Cry game where it like drops you into arena, you fight a bunch of things, and then you move on to the next arena. Like you just keep walking forward, and there's more stuff to fight, but it's in a turn-based Paper Mario kind of like it's this weird RPG thing, but they have these Paper Mario Souls like parry and battle systems. It's hard to explain, um, but it's
No, I mean I
good.
know the battle system though, but yeah, it's
Yeah, you've seen it, so
I think genuinely like what I've seen, yeah, the combat looks great, and what I've heard from is the combat looks great. But I think me and you, are just not JRPG gamers like that. Like
no.
I feel like I cannot get invested in the story like I used to. Uh, and that's unfortunate because like even
Right.
even so, I ran through Xenoblade Chronicles X again, and there was more story at the end for them to actually like wrap it up. And I still skip through those cutscenes.
Right.
I was like, I'm here to play the game, brother. Like, just I wish I had that like whatever the gene is for me to want to sit through like 30 minutes of cutscenes between sessions to,
Right.
get the exposition and really like bond with the character. But I don't really have that anymore. So
Well, you used to though. I think that's the difference. Is like I feel the same way. I think it's just like when you play a certain amount of games, maybe it's age, maybe it's like because I feel like it's just when you play a ton of video games, you kind of see the language of it, and it just you could tell what cutscenes are like necessary or not. Does that make sense? So like, when I'm playing, I'm
yeah,
like, okay, I don't need to watch this. This is like a relationship building scene between my healer and my damage guy. I don't care. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
and I know that's stupid because like I'm supposed to see them as people, but they're not. Like it's hard for me to get invested in that way. I think of
They
it
need to
from
make
like
more. Uh, what is that thing called? Oh, quick time event cutscenes.
I don't know
I
about that because then I'd be mad if they just throw like a boulder in the middle of the scene and my ass is on my second monitor not paying attention. Like no, that'd be worse.
Bro, there was a game called this is an old PlayStation 2 game called Eve of Extinction.
Hmm.
And that game, there were so many like quick time events, but it wasn't really like cutscenes. It'd be like literally in the middle of like it'd be like transition scenes more. So like
Sure.
if you're starting a boss battle or whatever, like you see the guy at the end of the hallway and he's like, all right, I'm coming for you. And he starts running, then the boss would throw like something at you and you have to hit like O or X to block it. Like
Sure.
that makes sense. But if it's like a long cutscene, yeah, not yeah. If it was like a Horizon Zero Dawn cutscene and they didn't, I
Oh,
had
that'd
to
be
quick
crazy.
time event it. Yeah, I'd be like, all right, brother.
I I think there was some game I can't remember what it is, but I've heard the story about there's one game where one cutscene had a QuickTime event, and it's like in the middle or near the end of the game, and only one of the cutscenes have it, and if you don't hit it, you die, and it like just loads the scene back up. But it's like, why did you make that? Why, why is that the one time in the game you have this mechanic? Because then you're sitting the entire game waiting for it to happen. But yeah, I just the cutscenes are good. It's well acted. It's a good game. It's hard for me to get invested. That's all. But it's good. Um, I like it a lot. I'm probably gonna finish it. I thought I was finished, but it's one of those games that like every time you think it's done, it adds another couple hours. It's just like, and there's more, and there's more. I'm getting close, I think, to the there's no more left. So I'll probably beat it today. But it's been fun. A lot of people are saying game of the year, which I think is um a little ambitious. I think that's a
What do you
little.
think the game of the year is currently?
That's hard to say. So maybe it is. I don't know. I would have to like look back at everything because nothing's made a huge impact on me this year, honestly.
Chat, what do you think? If that's not the game of the year, what game came out so far in the first 5 months that you feel like has a shot at it at least? Because
Yeah, we're
yeah,
almost
I'm trying to
halfway
think about
done.
it right now.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through with the year and nothing's sticking out. I'm waiting on that Donkey Kong game, I guess. Like Mario Kart will be
Oblivion,
nice. I don't know.
isn't that a remake? I'm good on that.
What, Donkey Kong?
No, Oblivion.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know if a
Oh, my
remake has
chat's
ever
not
won.
updating. Okay, sorry, I see it now. Oblivion. Yeah, okay.
Why? Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds is probably that's a possibility. But I don't know. Unfortunately, Monster Hunter Wilds, in my opinion, like whilst it's a very good game, I love Monster Hunter and I had a great time. I have a great time still playing. I kind of put it on the back burner just for a quick second for Xenoblade Chronicles, but I'm gonna get back into it soon. The issue with Monster Hunter is that Monster Hunter vets always negatively like talk about the game because it doesn't have whatever they were like expecting or whatever.
Right.
So I feel like there's more negative publicity out there usually after a while than positive. But I think when it first came out, that first week everybody was like super hyped. But then I saw that one guy was like, "Yeah, I got a." it was like it was like 10 days in, he had like 130 or 40 hours or something, and he was like, "I don't know, man. It's just not fun for me anymore." And I'm like, "Bro, you're burnt out. Like,
Yeah, you did everything, man. It's done.
Like that has nothing to do with the game being boring. You just played over 12 hours a day. Like you should do something else with your daytime. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you can
So,
be
and
a
that's
little bit
coming from a
greedy.
streamer who also streamed 12 hours a day. So, like for the first 2 days, and then I tapered off. I started playing 6 hours. I started playing a little bit at the end of the night. Like that's or like
Yeah.
the game. I still have stuff I need to do, but yeah, if you play 12 hours a day, of course you're going to burn out on any game. I don't care what the game is. 12 hours a day for 11 days straight is insane.
Yeah, it's way too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen unless it's like a single player game or it's a story game. And you just want to burn all the way through it and be like, okay, I'm done now. Which I've done. I've no lifed games for like a weekend, but it's
Yeah, I've
like,
done that.
yeah, and like, but that's different, right? Because you're just consuming it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think this man said
Blueprints
Split
is
Fiction
also good.
too. Split Fiction?
Oh yeah, that came out. Split Fiction was apparently very good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've only seen nothing but good things about it. But like, do you think it has that pull to get game of the year? I love that dude. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
love all the
Yeah.
games in that category. But I just don't know if that's like I don't know what they consider like when they would think about game of the year. It's possible. I mean, fucking Astro Boy won last year, so.
Well, It Takes Two won a few years ago. So
Oh,
like
okay.
it could happen. It apparently it's very good. I haven't seen anybody talk about it, and I feel like coming out at the beginning of the year and nobody's talking about it. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's gonna like transition to the end.
Hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. There's
I
also, I mean,
yeah.
unfortunately, Night Rain's coming out, so
Right. That
depending on how good that is, that's like I feel like Elden Ring is almost always a shoe in for like,
of
oh yeah, game of
course.
the year.
Yeah. Probably that one. Um, Blueprints. I know a lot of people like, which is, that I tried to get into it. I couldn't do it. So I
I
don't
never.
know. We'll
What
see.
even is that?
The second half of the year is way more stacked. I mean, Doom comes out tomorrow, um, and I've heard that game's good. So,
Mm,
um, there's a lot of stuff. We'll see
yeah,
how it all shakes out.
it seems like this might be a good year for gaming. Like, actually,
Um, Maybe like a good like 8 out of 10 year. I don't know if there's gonna be a lot of like blow up things. Doom is out in 2 hours. Wait, why are they releasing it in the middle of a day on a Wednesday? What?
that's actually kind of baller. Like, think about it, right? So instead of doing the whole midnight release thing, why don't people should do this more often? Release games at 6 p.m. I just got off my fucking 9 to 5. I go to my local
Go with the
GameStop
commute
and
home,
grab the game,
order
and
a
then boom,
pizza.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm ready to play right now.
I that's weird. Usually games I feel like come out on Friday or Tuesday. That's weird. Midnight
Hmm.
GMT. What's GMT?
Is that General Mountain Time?
Yeah, but
No, that.
Bethesda is in Maryland. It's close to me.
Mm.
Why are they on GMT?
Oh,
Uh,
Greenwich Mean Time. It's 9:18 p.m. May 14th. Where the hell is that?
Greenwich? Is that like Europe? I've
Yeah,
never
yeah,
heard.
Europe, Africa, North America. Wait, Greenwich Mean Time has no offset. Okay, where's this zone?
Mm,
Greenland and Iceland,
okay.
and then what? In parts of Africa. This seems. This is like the middle of the ocean. Why do we? What?
I don't know. I don't know why that's the standard. Maybe it's like worldwide. Maybe it's. I mean, they probably have a big European base or whatever. But yeah, Doom comes out. I'm gonna play it. It looks good. Um, yeah. So that is happening soon. Um,
Gaming time.
yeah.
All right.
Uh,
But yeah,
that's
but yeah,
Expedition
back to the
33. Next
subject.
up.
Huh?
Next up, I think was Tekken, right? Tekken 8.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that
Uh,
they are adding the Falcom guy or whatever, but
yes. But that's not what I actually came to talk about yet because he's not going to be out anytime soon. They still
okay.
needs a player trailer. Uh, well, actually, no, I will bring that up. It is unfortunate that Falcom Ram was such a problem in 8 because Falcom Ram as a character actually represents Muay Thai a lot harder than
Sure.
the other Muay Thai characters. Like he is actually Thai. He like a lot of the moves you see, like if you watch like Muay Thai fighting, he does all of those moves. Not to say that like Bruce and Josie don't or whatever, but
Sure.
like he was like the representation of it for sure. But he was busted, and so people have
Yeah.
bad memories of him coming into Tekken 7. And now he was busted for the same reasons that, like, basically they always say he was Tekken 8 before Tekken 8 came out, and now
Okay.
you're putting him in the Tekken 8, and Tekken 8 season 2 is already in a weird spot right now. But we have silver lining good news right now is that they have been the last two patches they put in Tekken 8 have been good. So
Sure.
they gave us the super huge patch of season 2, which was abysmal. It was so abysmal. I'm pretty sure they have fired the design team, like the entire design team,
Okay. Yeah.
um, because that's how bad it was. And then they have been going through the characters and slowly but surely editing characters, like more BS stuff to bring them back in line. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking what they're going to do is there's a lot of people that end up getting homing moves that like were really good. And I think they've taken some of the home moves away. They already started that with Kazuya. Kazuya had like this mid like back punch that was a homing move that
Mhm.
he could also crouch dash out of, which means he can start doing crouch dash pressure. It's electric. It's a mid. It's a hell sweep. But they took the homing off that. Now you can step it correctly. And then there's a bunch of other situations they've tried to change so that you're not just holding back the block with no real counterplay for like 10, 20 seconds.
Mhm.
Uh, so that's been good that they are like saying, yeah, we swung it the wrong way. I played it quite a bit. I played for like 3 hours last night, and sidestepping does work. It's very
Okay.
great now. Like
So
it's
that's back.
people are stepping all the time, and that's nice. But yeah, I just right now the real issue with Tekken 8 is that it's getting everything that Tekken 7 got, like as DLC,
Sure.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So the only new thing we've got so far is Clive. Great, sure, right? That's dope. But then it's Lydia, it's Eddie, and it's Fakram, and these were all characters that we also got as DLC um, for Tekken 7, right? Leroy, base game, he was DLC Tekken 7, but he's base game in this game. So I feel like they definitely could have done more with the base game. And I'm not even saying that the DLC picks are necessarily bad on their own, right? Because I think these
Uh-huh.
are good characters and like great representation of these characters. But like it does feel like a little cheap, right? To get
Yeah.
this to pay for the same DLC twice.
And for it to be DLC again, like I could understand if they were like in the base game, that makes a lot more sense. If they were base game characters and then like the DLC was a little bit more varied. Really weird to like have it DLC two times.
Yeah.
That's a strange thing to do. So,
Yeah. So
um
you had it was like what is it? It's DLC. We have Eddie who's been in a lot of games, but ends up like for some reason in 7 2, he wasn't actually in 7 at the beginning. Like when it first came out, he was
okay.
until it came to console. Then you had Heihachi, who's supposed to be dead. Like he's back. Like,
Okay.
so now I'm paying for like one of the flagship characters of the game. And then two Tekken 8 DLCs, and Clive. And there's more on the way, but everyone's kind of like we're worried that we're getting pretty much all the same. So like, is the next person Marduk? Like, is
Yeah,
that what we're
right.
getting
Yeah.
here? Like, is the next person Julia? I would be down for Julia, but like, is that what we're getting here? Like, is the next person Lei Wulong? Like, all these people that I feel like could have definitely been in the game at the
Yeah.
beginning. Now, I'm not super mad because we did get 3 new reps in the game as far as like new characters, and like that's great, right?
Mhm.
So we have Victor, Azucena, Reina, like dope. But once I start paying for old reps again, like that's just I'm gonna feel a little bit of a ways about it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, when you start doing the same stuff that you did before and you feel like you're just in the cycle again. Especially like when it's a guy that ruined the last game or was like
Mm-hmm.
so annoying to fight. I've seen so many people going crazy about that guy.
Yeah,
In particular. So, I'm glad that they're kind of re-steering the ship. Wonder how many people will come back to it, but I guess it's not like this is on launch. Thank God that they nailed the launch, and a lot of people did seem to like Tekken. And then, by season 2, it's like even if people go away and they dislike it, if they feel like you have a good patch, I feel like those people are more likely to stick and come back. Um, so we'll see. I don't know. It
I think also too
yeah.
they said so. One of the big things for Tekken 7 or 8 that's different than all the other Tekkens was they got arcade releases, right?
Okay.
Um, so this one came out simultaneously
Oh
everywhere.
right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Tekken 7, Tekken 6, and your Tekken Tag 2, all that stuff came out of the arcade first. So they had like a year or so
Yeah.
to see it, see what like people are saying, right? And then like adjust accordingly so that when the console version came out, we already started off on like good footing. So
Yeah.
they had a season 0 basically, and then we go into season 1, and now we have a season 1. And even though like for what it's worth, I mean Tekken season 1 was not that bad. It was very aggressive, and I think it was a difference and change. But like going
Right.
from Tekken season 1 to Tekken season 2, and it being even more aggressive, but like in a way that was like everything is problem solved.
Right.
That was the biggest issue. So I don't know, man. Like I think they have a good grasp on it right now. I think their PR kind of still sucks because Michael Murray is very sensitive,
Hmm.
and he'll just block everybody. Harada will be willing to talk to anybody, but if you say anything negative to Michael Murray, you're getting blocked. Then
Yeah,
so
that poor guy
yeah,
is under a lot of stress. I get it. I understand.
yeah.
I
So
I I I I feel like a lot of the stuff that I've seen about the game was about how long like the combos are. So it's like
mhm.
you get hit by a launcher and then you're in it for 4 seconds and then they activate heat and then you're in it for the heat bounce and that's even more. And then if you have to do like the rage art cutscene, that's even longer. Do you think if
Yeah.
they just sped that up, it would be sort of would that solve some of the problems, or is it just like are they on the right track now?
Well, I think that would require a whole rehaul because if you speed it up you'd have to speed it up almost like by
The
taking out
frames,
some
right?
mechanics.
Okay,
Uh,
sure.
like you'd have to take out like strong aerial tailspin. You have to take out heat, like bounding people down to the ground for more combo.
Right.
But then you have to compensate by giving damage. Like the trade off within
Yeah.
Tekken is that the combos are longer in this game because that's like optimal. But in the older Tekkens, there wasn't like bounds, and so like yeah, it would be a launch like 2 hits in the air and then maybe like something right as they hit the ground, and that would be
Sure.
like 60%. But that makes sense for that game because there's no tailspin to like reset the combo, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, like you'd have to kind of like change the I think the mechanics of the game for that. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just feel like at this point in time we're just kind of late, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So
Well, that's
I don't know,
I
man.
mean,
I
they
think we're heading to the right spot. I just don't like. I hope they do it fast enough because
right.
you know, dude. I mean, that was the hugest, probably one of the biggest review bombs I've ever seen on Steam, like in my entirety of gaming.
Yeah, especially for a fighting game. Because I feel like
Yeah,
people are pretty like I think the fighting game sort of crowd is pretty not understanding, but like I think it's such a niche, like fighters that stick around beyond the first month. Because like Mortal Kombat has crazy sales, but nobody cares, right? They'll play like the story mode and then they'll go away and they'll never play it again. For people to care that much about Tekken, to be that passionate about how bad it was, I don't know that I agree. It was like one of the most. It was kind of jarring to see how big the response and the backlash was to that. So hope they turn it around. But the last
yeah.
thing we were going to talk about was PAX East, which
Hmm.
it was a PAX East or West. It was East, right?
It was East.
Okay,
Yes,
is that up in Boston?
yes.
Got you. How was it?
Have you never been?
I went to PAX West. I went to one PAX, which was the one that we did the Nintendo stuff at, the Smash stuff.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been. I've been thinking of going. I got invited to that one. I haven't been invited to any of them to like work events or anything. So it's just,
Hmm.
I haven't had any gigs up there. But I it looks fun. It's just the convention stuff has like always it looks cool and then when I go there I feel like I'm a little like underwhelmed, I guess. I just you kind of make your own fun at those things. Um
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so
yeah, you gotta. I mean, I think half of it for most of the creators now that go, especially that of our age and
right.
like who have been around Twitch for like 10 years, are seeing your other Twitch friends. Like
Right.
that's a major part. Now, I do, go about like I'll walk around and look at some demos, and I'll walk around and talk to some of the companies like for networking purposes. But
Right.
for the most part, man, I feel like I know everybody that I should know at this point. You know.
You're just hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just
Sure.
hanging out. Now, I also work it, but like if I were to go by myself without work, well, actually, I don't even know if I would go without work. Um,
Sure.
I think it's expensive, and I just don't really have that money to like put out like that.
Right.
If I had the money to go, I would. But two of the big things that go on there, so for this PAX in particular, was the Final Fantasy drop for Magic,
Mhm.
um, and then PAX Arena, and then genuinely just like meeting a lot or going to panels and meeting like people that you're like really interested in. If you're big into D&D, I think there's a
Sure.
lot of D&D there. I think there's a lot of tabletop in general there. And then there's a lot of indie stuff going on as well. There's big boosts for Samsung. There's a big boost for Pokemon, but that was that's Pokemon, so people always love that.
Yeah.
And and overall, like I mean, I had a great time. I didn't get a chance to go to any panels because, like, for the most part, I was in PAX Arena. Which, guys, if you didn't watch PAX Arena, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Uh, it's a wonderful time. Um, but yeah, we did the Capcom. I did PAX Arena, Stream Stars with EE, then Tekken with Rip and MYK, then a Capcom showcase with uh Unruly, Cleo Thomas, and then Xavier Woods, and then halfway through Kenny Omega took my spot to play,
I
and then
saw
it
that
was
actually. Yeah,
yeah,
I tuned
it
into that for a
was
little bit.
it was sick. That was super sick. So, and that's like one of the things I think I really enjoy about PAX is that like, bro, there I don't know in what other universe I would really be in the room playing games or being around Kenny Omega or commentating games for Kenny Omega. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Um, or you know, because I know Xavier Woods like kind of more personally now. Like I've known him for like at least 3 or 4 PAXs now, and he's good friends with one of my good friends,
Okay.
and so we'll end up being around, hanging out a lot as well. He's also really big into D&D, and
I didn't
he's
know
big
that.
into D&D.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got like a big show I think with like that bronze girl.
Hmm.
And so yeah, like we'll hang out and stuff like after parties and whatnot. But like I don't know what if I ever would have really ran into Kenny Omega. I know he sometimes goes to CEO, but that's about it.
Sure.
you know. But overall, yeah, it was just a good time. I'm glad I got to see my friends. I think yeah, working it makes it a lot more worth for me going, for sure. And I I think yeah, I mean, I guess my biggest takeaway would be the arena, and then yeah, I got a chance to look at a lot of the stuff for Magic. I played my first game of Commander, which is
Hmm.
like paper Magic with 4 people, and I get it now. Like I was mostly just on arena, and I still like arena a lot, but like
Sure.
Commander is sick. When you're with friends, I don't really want to play a bunch of random people, but I
Not going
definitely
to like
love playing.
tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely would love to just continue to like. We all 4 have decks. Let's sit down and play a game Commander. You know what I'm saying? Something
Sure.
like that. So, but if you've never been to a PAX, it can be a little expensive. So, like, make sure you save up. If you're really into D&D, or you're like a fan of anybody like that is a D&D creator or is like a Magic person or you want to go network, like it's still a good place to go to network. This one felt a
Sure.
little smaller than usual, but not in a bad way, I
Hmm.
guess. I don't know. Like I just feel like some people maybe just like, oh, I couldn't make it this year. Or I couldn't go to East and I'll go to West, or whatever the case was. I still got to see quite a bit of my friends.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like when I go there, it's to like check out game stuff and try it out. But I feel like I never get enough value out of going there as opposed to just maybe it's just because there's so many games out now. I used to like going and like at least seeing it, reading up on it with everything that was coming out, and sort of having my finger on the pulse. Now there's just so many games. It's like I don't want to hear about a game if it's not coming out in the next 3 months, right? And I'll play these indie
Mm-hmm.
games. I'm like, oh, this is cool. When is it dropping? Oh, we don't know. All right, well then I can't get invested, you know. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know, but
I
it's
mean
like,
that part too. Yeah, like
yeah.
I think low key that's kind of what's happening with 2SKO. If I'm being honest, like
Oh, dude,
just
absolutely, yeah,
I was so hyped, and then we played 4 betas basically, and I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Like,
yeah.
just like put the game out or stop showing me it or stop giving me access to it for a week, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's funny because I think that that is the old, not old, but like a few years ago, that would have been the preferred thing of like, oh, you can try out the game as it's coming out, you can test it, and now it's just like, dude, I don't want to see it anymore. I'm liking it less. I've
Yeah,
seen people saying that they're just getting turned off from it in so many different ways. So, yeah, that's funny. That's good.
yeah. And like I don't know, man. Like I was never really that super big into team fighters anyway, but like I feel
Right.
like I'm even less into this team fighter than I've ever been to any team fighter. So
Oh,
like
really? It's that low?
and that sucks. Yeah, like I just
Oh,
like I love League lore, but none of those characters that are in the game so far are like capturing me. Like, where's my Lee Sin or like Set or something like that? Like, I
right.
want just a straight fighter. And I know that you're like trying to like show, oh yeah, we can make all of this cool stuff, but there isn't a single straight fighter in that game yet, except for I guess Braum. But like even then, that's not really a straight fighter. He's using his goddamn shield. I want somebody who has no weapons
Right.
that just throws hands, and you have quite a bit of those people in the game, uh, or in League that they could have like put in already, and we don't have either any of those characters.
Yeah, you just need a fighting ass dude. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
yeah. So like,
I would like more goofball characters. It's weird because like I want weirder stuff. I feel like the stuff that's in the game is all very broadly appealing. Like
mm,
Ari is in it because obviously,
yeah,
like Jinx is in it because of Arcane. Braum is in it because he's a meme guy. Like I get all of this, but it's like I would like more weird, like I don't want to say like Timo or Bard or something because like maybe those are too obvious, but like I would like League has such a vast sort of pool of characters, and like even beyond just a fighting dude, I would like them to explore with like how do we translate this weird, like not a soul because that might be a little bit too silly, but like this weird mythical being, how do we that translate into a fighting game? It's all kind of I know it's a tall order, but
Yeah,
I think it's a waste if like you only put the most popular, most obvious choices. um
yeah,
I don't know. I've been a
I
little
get it.
bored with the selection, you know.
Yeah, and I think like how would like that's a good one. How do you make Thresh 2 combos, Kled, uh,
Yes, right.
like Rumble? You know what I mean? Like how do you incorporate them into the
I
game, but
would
also
love
giving them the
Rumble. Yeah.
still the same like um so the same like mechanic that they have from League. Like what does Rumble's
Right.
overheat do in a fighting game? Or what happens when Kled takes too much damage and his like his bro runs away? Like, like what is there a way to incorporate that? There's definitely ways they could be visiting that. But as of right now, like, we have
Yeah.
I guess I mean for what it's worth, I mean they're not so standard. Like I don't feel like I'm playing like a Street Fighter, but they're pretty standard picks regardless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
feels like it's the most broadly appealing, obvious picks. And I would like them to experiment a little more. So,
yeah.
but that was a big diatribe about 2XKO. We'll see how it goes beyond that. I don't even know when their next beta is, but I feel like I don't see people excited um to talk about it. Like I feel like I would know if people were excited for it, but um now I really want Rumble. Yeah, now that you said that, I was like, damn. Rumble is like a
Yeah.
perfect cuz like he's like cute and silly and goofy, but he's also like such a deep cut for like
Yeah.
League players. I think that'd be perfect.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
think
that's 2XKO.
yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have to see what whenever it actually comes out. Do they have a release date? Did they finally say we're gonna
I don't think so.
QXKO
Not
release
yet.
date? Nope, 2025. All right, so
Sheesh.
just sometime this year, I
That means
guess.
2026. That's
Yeah, I know.
insane to
Yeah, I
believe.
mean, at this point, like right now, the big games are still Tekken, Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, and Guilty Gear, and then your tier 2 games would be like MK1. Yeah, that's probably it
Yeah.
at this point. And Virtual Fighter 5, I guess, but that's one of those like old heads are keeping that alive type game.
Right.
No, which I'm not mad at. The game is fun. It's just I think genuinely
It's different.
yeah, it's different, and you're not gonna really get anybody like because it's like kind of an older one. You gotta wait until Virtual Fighter 6 comes out, which we're getting more info on, which is nice, but
Sure.
you know, I definitely want to see like the game in motion now. Don't really need to play it. I just want to see what it looks like in motion. That's
Yeah.
all.
That actually
Yeah.
reminds me too, and I think we said this on the last stream. I can't remember, but it was a few weeks ago. I would like to formally make an apology to Salvatore Ganacci. We said that his music was good, but also dude knows ball. He knows about
He does know
KOF,
ball.
and he's a cool character. Like I think he's realized really well. He seems like a cool dude. I think people were just hating because it was after Ronaldo. Bro, Salvatore, if you're watching this, man, my bad. I just wanted to say that, sorry.
Yeah.
I watched a little
Yeah.
bit of that Evo Japan, and he was on it. I was like, wow, this is just a normal, cool guy. Like, I felt it's like this isn't like I don't know. He just came off like a normal dude who just likes KOF and like enjoys these games and is into the world and is that's not his fault, man. So
Yeah. It
my
was
bad.
funny to see him. They was like, yeah, bro, like I know he knows ball for real because they were like, "Who's your favorite character?" And he was like, "Oh, Mr. Garcia." And they was like, "Damn, he called him by his government, bro. not not even Robert. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Robert Garcia. Like, oh, he know that for real. So, yeah, no,
it
he
would have been
he he
so
knows
easy to
ball.
just be like me. I'm my favorite. Like, come on, that's what Ronaldo would have said. Dude, did you watch that
Yeah,
video? It was like
yeah,
they're like Ronaldo. What's your favorite move of the game? That's easy. My special moves. You son of a bitch. You come on,
because they're
man.
strong like me. It's like, shut up,
He
bro.
doesn't know nothing,
We'll
bro.
never see Ronaldo at an Evo or any big tournament for that matter. Like that,
No.
I'm sure he got whatever little bag he's supposed to get, and that's it. Like, but like, I don't mean, he's probably got like 16 copies of Fatal Fury in his like mansion, wrapped up, never to
Oh
be
yeah.
seen, never to see.
I know
Like,
he's got like mad game codes in his email from just like unread emails. Absolutely. Would love it if you could give the game a try, Ronaldo. Haha, okay. Just not going to play those. He's not playing those. That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, as just a quick hit on this
Yep.
too, though, Fatal Fury had the showcase, and the showcase said they are planning to bring back every character. So if your character is not in,
Really?
yeah, like of the Fatal Fury universe at that.
Sure.
So just at some point in time, your character will be in. I think Andy's next. So, but that's for like the other Kim players. Like they have Dong in, but if you're like one of the people that like the other Kim character, the Electric Kim, or yeah, I thought he was Electric. Yeah, whatever. The other Kim, the less flashier Kim, he'll be in as well. There's a bunch of other characters coming
How
back.
deep
So
does that go though? Because like I just don't know the difference between like Fatal Fury characters and like KOF or what. Because like like Duck King, I think he's Fatal Fury. Like he likes Salvatore. I think that was like the lore is like they're friends. He taught Salvatore Ganacci how to fight or something like that.
oh,
Yeah,
fair.
it was something like that. Duck King is like buddies with one of the characters, or and I think it was Salvatore. It was just silly. Um, but like I don't know, like Chang and Choi. Are they Fatal Fury or are they other SNK game? You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the big ball?
I'd have to look
Clark,
that up.
Ralph.
Let
No,
me.
they're Akari Warriors because I like Clark and Ralph. I like them. Yeah, my ears perked up when you said every Fatal Fury character. So I'm like, how many is that? So I don't know. We'll see.
Let's just look at the Mark of the Wolves ones that are not in right now. So
That's probably better. Yeah, the Guru or whatever.
okay, so pretty much everyone's in except for Itokatsu and Geese and Kim J
Well, yeah.
own. So yeah, I mean, oh, and Grant. But yeah, so I mean, like, there's a lot. I mean, but there's more than just that. I know there's like characters like that are of the Fatal Fury franchise in general. Like, I think it's not just Mark of the Wolves. It's mostly from Fatal Fury. Like, not King of Fighters, but the Fatal Fury franchise. So you will get some crossover because obviously people from King of Fighters are in Fatal Fury and whatnot. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they are able to do with the rest of the characters. I think the only problem that I have currently with Fatal Fury is that they need to do something with rev blows to make them less spammable.
Oh, dude, yeah. When I played it, I was like, this is annoying in a way that like Drive Impact wasn't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like that's like not the inspiration, but it feels similar. Like it was obnoxious. The little bit that I played, so
Yeah, I think it's, and I know you can do the drive impact drive impact thing basically with rev blows, but
it's different when it's
genuinely,
cut by the health, like what health you're at. You know, because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it's by your health, and on top of that, like genuinely, like they're much faster. I feel like the sound and the visual design of drive impacts make them so much more
yes,
easily or recognizable than than rev blows.
yes,
So yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just got to get used to the sound too. But yeah, when I hear the and I see that red show up, and
Yep.
everybody's tagline and like, yeah, I can, yeah,
Maybe it just would have taken me a little bit of time, but yeah, I felt the same when I played City of the Wolves. I was just like, why is he green? Oh yeah, he's green. And by that time, I'm hit. I'm like, why is he
yeah,
flashing green? Oh, okay. And then, so
yeah.
um,
So
but yeah, that's gonna do it for y'all game, and I thank everybody. That's our show, a little bit of a longer one, but had a lot of games to talk about. Anything else you want to talk about before we go?
nope. I think that's yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I appreciate you guys for always hanging out as per usual. I know that we've been a little more sporadic, but that's just we've got to have stuff going. But if we have something to talk about next week, hopefully I'll have my internet by then and we can knock out another episode. And if you have anything you ever want us to talk about, you can DM me, you can DM us, or well, DM me if there's like
I
some,
don't be
because my
reading my
DMs are open.
DMs. Yeah.
I be checking my DMs.
There you go.
So and if it's something worth the chat, then yeah, let's chat, bro. And if you haven't already, also join my Discord. That's just discord.gg/tkbreezy. If you ever got anything that you want to talk about and you haven't DM me, you can put it in there as well. This show will be on YouTube. The show will be on Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. So if you didn't catch any of it and you want to listen to some of it, you can just go back and watch there as it goes up probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in to Y'all Gaming. We'll see you guys next week. I'll probably be playing Doom, so I'll talk about Doom. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.